All right, good morning. Welcome to Qiddo and Qirq. Today it's just me, Kirk, in my newly upgraded base. You may also notice over my shoulder there, I've finally made that banner. So when Epic gets back, me and the kiddo can start playing a little bit of Capture the Flag. Anyway, let's get started. I have a few things to show you. I've set up kind of my new basic bedroom. This is upstairs from the bits of the base that you may have seen. This is what used to be my roof. I've sort of designed this so that I can easily, one day when I have an elytra, land and take off from my bedroom. Lots of yellow and red flowers around and about the island, so lots of orange dye to be had. So here we go. This is a fully spawn-proof base with no lights. There are no lights on the roof. There are no lights inside. There are no lights downstairs. This used to be the bedroom and the workshop and so forth. Obviously, I've moved that upstairs. This is going to function as, I don't know, maybe the map room, maybe some sort of trophy room. I haven't really decided. Oh, the sun's going down. Oh, I do love the sunsets from here. Look at that. It's beautiful. Looking out over our little island that we still haven't named. We really need to do that. At any rate, a few things to do today. First thing, actually, now that I see that the sun is going down, I'm going to let some skeletons spawn. I want to get the Sniper's Duel advancement. And this platform, I suspect, is going to be a good place to do it. I guess they're going to need a little time to arrive for the slaughter, so let's take a peek around here. I still have to finish my water elevator. The water elevator currently is just source blocks at the top running all the way down here. Now, I have got a little bit of soul sand that Epic picked up for me and was very kind to put here. Now, the bubbles don't push any higher than here because there's no source blocks. There might be source blocks in the very bottom here, but it's just enough. It's just enough so that you don't get pushed up and out. So soon I'm going to go ahead and turn this into a functional conveyance. I'm going to have to go to the Nether and pick up some magma to do that, but that's coming up soon. But before I do that, I have a very exciting project that I'm going to work on today. If I survive this, oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, this isn't good. See, this needs improvements. This is a little, this little spot in the mine that I haven't really cleared out yet, but since I'm here to catch my breath, we'll grab that. Anyway, I've got to sort of double tap the W button, go forward to get up here in a reasonable amount of time. And if I don't do it exactly right, it doesn't work out so well. Ah, well, we've got mobs spawning, it sounds like. Hopefully there are some skeletons within bow shot. Hopefully there are some skeletons just at the edge of bow shot. Far enough away to count for the advancement. This is my favorite advancement. I don't know if he's far enough away or not, but sometimes you knock. Ooh, got it. Yes. Love that music. Ooh, the challenge sniper duel. It's a challenge. Did we get that music every time? I feel like we had a bunch of those and there wasn't music. Wait, is that one in some way different from The others? What was that about? Huh. Still have yet to acquire diamonds. This is very frustrating. I haven't found any in all the mining that I've done, and when we step outside the base here and you see the stonework and some other things that I've done, well, you remember the spawn that I built. There's a lot of stone that I've pulled out of there, mostly from the 11 level, and yet still, huh? Maybe you only get music for the ones at the end of each tree? Oh, I really want a trident. I've never had a trident. Okay. One of every hostile monster. 12 out of 24. Geez, we're halfway there. It's fantastic. Oh, 40 biomes in a large biome world. I don't think either of us are going to get that one. And I still haven't done a trade with a villager. Maybe I can grab these after a little more mining. Anyway, so I've got the advancement. I'm going to take a little nap, and then I've got a very special project to show you. Epic and I, stayed on a little bit after we finished filming the last episode, and as Epic was walking around, just familiarizing himself with our rather large island here, he discovered something over here that is of particular interest. Namely, Epic discovered a zombie spawner. So when we found that skeleton spawner, I alluded to a sort of general strategy that I employ when turning those into grinders. And this is actually going to be a great example, a fantastic opportunity to show you how that works. There's actually a couple of mechanics here that are at play because, well, I'll show you when I get there. We're going to be able to do a couple of things while we're in there. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, okay. That is one X spider. All right, so down in this cave, so he was digging some, or I don't know, picked a piece of sand up, and it collapsed all this, revealing this cave. And so he walks down. Oh, that's not really what I meant to do. Let's get up out of here. Okay. That's very dangerous. At any rate, look at this guy. Fantastic. Sort of floating above this cave here that actually, while we're here, I should light up. Let's do this safely. Oh boy. Okay. This is actually this cutaway is good. This is going to give us a good opportunity to kind of oh boy. Oh, that scared me. I jumped. If you'd seen me just now, I almost jumped out of my pants. That was insanity. Okay, so there's our little witchy friend. And I don't like the sound of you. Oof. Yeah, you've got a... Uh-oh. I'm having a lag thing. I'm having a lag thing. Let's test this. Oh boy. Okay. And... he seems to have damaged himself. I guess that's good. Oh boy. I've been poisoned. I didn't need that. We're sort of beatboxing together, me and the witch. Okay. Oh. I guess I'm just gonna... yeah. You gotta... go. Yeah. Also, while we're at it... oh, this isn't good at all. Am I gonna die of this? Am I gonna die of this? Oh boy. Oh no. Let's just, oh boy. Okay, I guess the worst of it's over. So, at any rate, ooh, it is really hard for me to walk past iron when I see it just sitting there asking to be taken. Okay. Oh, and a little bit here too. Not too shabby. All right, so that's taken care of. So these platforms, when they come in, they always operate by certain rules. So in these chambers, there's going to be a space, 1, 2, around the spawner on each side, and it's going to go 3 blocks above it. Now, when you're making a grinder, there's sort of an optimal size to do this so that you can do it very simply without having to think about it. The water flow all ties in very easily, and you can do it with minimal materials. I'm not going to use anything fancy here. But the first thing you have to do when you find one of these is, as you can see, light it all up, take the loot. Epic found the chamber, and so he took all the loot inside. I think he got some iron horse armor, which I think I want to trade him for. He doesn't seem like he's ready to have a horse yet, and I've got this really cool black horse that I'd love to put that black armor on. At any rate, we're going to have to remove all of these walls. What you want around these guys is a space 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks deep. So we need to go just past the edge of this. Now, there's sand above here. I'm just going to point out we've got this sand ceiling you may have noticed. That's all going to drop. I don't want to have that here. Now, I generally like to have 3 blocks of space above this guy. It works just as well with just 2, so I could just put a ceiling here, but I'm pretty sure when I put a block here, it's just going to update all of this anyway, and it's gonna fall. So I'm going to clear out to just below there, all the way around to 2 blocks in every direction deep. We're just going to do that all the way. And this is going to just take a moment. So while I'm doing this, I'm just going to point out that we can hear from someplace bow fire. There's definitely a skeleton clattering about, and I'm really hoping that he doesn't... Oops. Oop. That was dumb. Okay. I'm really hoping that he doesn't bring this party to an abrupt interruption. That would be annoying. I did bring a bed just in case it gets a little too crazy over here. I am sort of exposed to the outside. Also, what a great seed this has been. I'm being fired upon. Oh, there he is. I sort of suspected. And... Oop. There we go. Okay. I really ought to light that up over there. Let's do that. Oh, look at all these caves. This is fantastic. See, I had no idea this was over here. Where does this go? Does this connect to something that I know? Uh-oh. Oh boy. Okay, so down a dark hole. There's a creeper at the top. I'm at 2 hearts. This is not ideal. This is not ideal at all. I'm just going to see if I can... Oh, good. Alright. I think he must have taken a little bit of damage from the other one. Now, let's see if I can get back up this way without wrecking myself, I must admit I am slightly fearful making the ascent. Oh, look at that, I got some XP. Let's light this guy up. We don't need any more creepers showing up uninvited in here. Oh, I hear skeletal action again. Okay. So I guess we'll just... Alright, so that's all lit up fine. Oh. Whoa, he's got some big boots. Alright, let's try to heal up a little bit and then take this guy out. I'm just gonna... Oop. Nice. Boots. Okay. Alright. I guess we should light this up as well. I just want to have a good functional work area here. One that's not quite so dangerous, ideally. Almost out of torches. Gonna have to re-up on those soon. Don't have any coal with me. But there was plenty scattered about this whole area. Okay, so that's good. Oh. Probably won't be back down this way again. So this is why I always take most of the iron and the coal when I'm running around. I try to anyway. Especially on like little things like this where I'm just lighting up a tunnel. I mean, when's the next time I'm going to come down here? I want to say that, you know, I'll explore everywhere and mine everything, but honestly, sometimes you're just lighting a place up and you forget about it. And so a lot of my strategy often has to take into account the fact that I'm going to forget about things. But I do want more torches, so I'm definitely going to grab this before we get started. It's always good to have extra torches when you start on one of these. I did not plan to light up all these tunnels. I hadn't really been over here to explore since Epic showed it to me. I took a quick peek and I was like, oh, that's great. I'm going to show how to do one of my grinders. But then I didn't revisit it. I was working on the base and so on. So I guess I wasn't totally and completely prepared for this. As evidenced, I suppose, by the fact that you can see I have almost died a couple of times here already. Alright, so let's finish pulling this out. And hopefully I'm not too lost. We can get back to that spawner and continue building our little grinder. This would be the worst tutorial ever. Oh, it's night again. Where was this thing? How did I get here? Where am I? What is anything? Okay, this is where the creeper was. I had definitely come down a bit. Oh boy. Maybe I will edit out the bit where I got lost. Just a handful of blocks from the thing I was working on. There's probably zombies up above me. I guess I should just go back topside. Oh! There we go. Okay. Oh! Little lag spike. Now I'm lost again. Ugh. Over here. Yes. Okay. So. We'll bring this floor out for the moment. This is really just a scaffold to work on. So yes, I'm still hollowing out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3. We got to go in one more block this way. And hopefully when we get around to the other sides there, we don't run into situations where the sand starts to fall on its own. I sort of want to wait until daybreak before I do that. If I finish this without any further interruptions or distractions, before the sun comes back up, again, I did bring that bed, so I may use that to nap. When I open up all this sand, when I bring it down, I think it's probably best if it's daytime up there, so I don't have Any uninvited guests? See, that's what I was hoping to avoid dropping in here. Once these are gone, they're gone. Mojang has yet to introduce any sort of like silk spawner update. There are some plugins that you may have bumped into on multiplayer servers, especially, that do allow you to pick up those spawners if you have Silk Touch, which I think makes a lot of sense and really probably should be part of vanilla. Anyway, the point is, if this gets destroyed, it's gone forever. You break it with a pick, it's gone. You have to use it here. And also, if a creeper jumps down here and blows up next to it, it's gone. It's over. You'll never get it back. So, oof. All right, so I'm going to take these out just as far as I can see. And now we need a whole bunch of torches. Let's just check the count. So 1, 2, 3, 4 in that direction. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm just going to make a little bottom of the wall here to mark it on that side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that puts the wall here. I'll leave a little space to get out. You can actually, I'm going to finish lighting this up a little bit, and then I'm going to close this off because we don't need this. This is going to be a wall now. So this is going to be a new chamber, right like so. Okay. Now, normally, as I said, I would just put in the ceiling, but well, actually, let's see what, maybe I could just, you know, I had been assuming that sand was all going to drop when I updated a block like that, but I guess it's not. So actually, let's ignore that and just put this ceiling in. Hopefully, it's not just that I'm experiencing a lag spike and everything I'm doing right now isn't actually happening. That does seem to happen from time to time. I have to say, I don't have the best or most reliable internet connection, and so sometimes I'm a bit behind what's actually happening. Beautiful. All right. Well, this is working pretty well. Even if I use the natural walls as the walls coming down the side, which I probably will, I mean, no one's going to see this once it's done. I don't have to worry about what it looks like. I generally always want to use my own blocks, something that I'll know was placed there, like cobble or a stone brick maybe, so that if I come across it while I'm building some other thing, I don't actually accidentally dig in and, you know, spill water into my grinder or something like that. Again, you have to make sure you never get, especially a creeper in here. Once that's gone, it's gone. These things are precious. This is not gone exactly according to plan. There's a better way to do this, which I am going to do as soon as I get this filled in on this side so that nobody drops in. We want no guests. No guests. It's a closed party. Okay, so I'm going to put some torches along here and there, I think, and that'll just break all that sand for us. Lovely. Finish off the ceiling there. Don't have to do anything special there, but oh, huh. That's funny. I just assumed. But I want to replace the ceiling too, because again, I want these to be blocks that I control so I know what's in them. And I want to be done in a timely fashion. So there we go. Pick up all the sand. Very, very nice. That incidentally is a decent technique to do if you're just out in the desert collecting sand. You can kind of just tunnel out through the sandstone, find roughly the level where you're just below where the sandstone ends, lay out a bunch of torches, drop all the sand. Move the torches, do the same thing. That's actually one that Epic showed me the first time, and I use rather a lot. Okay. He's really good at doing this sort of block switching thing where even if the bottom block is sand, he's able to get a torch in there in time. I am not quite that fast. I'm just not. Oh, I know, it's frustrating, isn't it, Mr. Witch? Miss Witch? Ms. Witch? Oh, right. I meant to... Ugh. Yeah. Laugh at my misfortune. Oh, laugh at this now, too, huh? Okay. Let's see. It's a really witchy kind of night. Are there witch chunks? So Epic and I were remarking earlier this morning that we really need slime if we want to do sticky pistons and slime blocks and leads for the horses and things like this. And so I was going to get a little cheaty. Oh, why am I pulling all these torches up? I need to keep this place lit. We were going to get a little cheaty and try to find some slime chunks by putting the seed into one of those, one of those websites that lets you see what's in a seed. But I couldn't find one that works for large biomes. I don't know, maybe somebody knows of one. Okay, so now we have cleared this out to 4 blocks in every direction. So the reason for that is this. These guys, this block, has certain things that every tick or so it checks for, it wants to do. It'll spawn zombies within 4 blocks of one of the corners of these. And I know that there's, I forget which corner it is. It's not actually from the center. You'd think it would be, but it's not. It's from one of the corners, so 4 blocks in every direction. So in actually 2 of these directions, we've actually gone 5 blocks rather than 4 from the corner. But that's good, and you'll see why when we get to the water part. The thing that's important to remember here is that when you find one of these, you basically want to dig out past the floor and then 1 block all the way around. So the natural walls that were here. So you want to break that and 1 more, and then you want to close it in. Now, these things check for a number of things. First, they check to make sure that there's space. Is there room within 4 blocks all the way around? They look 4 blocks all the way around, 2 blocks up, 2 blocks down. So anywhere from the level of this, 2 blocks up, 2 blocks down, floating in the air, even if there's not a block they would normally naturally spawn on, the zombies will spawn in that space, assuming that the light level is, I believe, 7 or lower. When I do these, I like to make sure that they are absolutely pitch dark. One of the other things that they'll check for is to see if there are any other mobs of the type that they are within 6 blocks of the spawner. So they're only going to spawn in within 4 blocks, but they actually check 6 blocks. So one of the other things that's good to do also when you're building these is to make sure that there aren't any open caves like this one. Actually, I should fill that in for another couple of blocks. Now that I'm saying this out loud, I'd almost forgotten that rather important detail. Just so that if somehow something spawns in a cave and wanders over, it doesn't affect the spawn rate of your spawner. Now, these guys aren't activated unless you're standing, or some player is standing, within 16 blocks of the spawner. So what you want to do when you're building a grinder with one of these is to create space 4 blocks around. Oop, I've timed out. Let's try that again. That's got space 4 blocks all the way around, where there are no other mobs of the same type that the spawner is making within 6 blocks in any direction, and that you've got a space to stand within 16 blocks. So basically we want these guys to drop outside of the 6 block radius to a place that's still within 16 blocks. So I'm going to finish filling this in. Apparently those blocks were imaginary, and I will replace them. I'm pretty sure that that covers us on all sides. Now, you basically want to dig a hole. I like to start in the center beneath him just because everything's going to be built around the center of this. So you want to create a platform that they're going to fall to that is 6 blocks away. You also want to clear out everything 2 blocks. Oops. Oh. Well, I'm glad I grabbed all that iron while I was here, because otherwise I would not have a pick. So let's make a furnace real quick and smelt up 3 iron ingots for a pick. Anyway, so we're going to clear out 2 blocks deep all the way around, and that is going to be the floor of this chamber. Then we're going to tunnel down in the center a few more blocks so that when these guys fall down that hole, they'll be outside the range of this. So every time it checks, it'll make more zombies and drop them into the hole. If they were to just stay right nearby, after a certain point, it won't make any more. Each time there are no zombies, every time it checks and there are no zombies within its range at all, it'll make between 1 and 3 zombies, I think. And really what you want it to do, what you want to do is give it the opportunity to create 3 more often than it doesn't. Let's see if we've got awesome, and we'll just make a couple of sticks here and make ourselves a little pick. And I'm actually going to let that continue to smelt because I realize now that I may go through more than just a couple of picks doing this. This is actually a lot of digging. So we're going to pull this all out. I'm going to keep laying new torches down as I go, because as I'm breaking these blocks, I'm also going to be breaking the torches on top of them. And I definitely don't want to create a situation where there are a bunch of zombies in here with me while I'm trying to build. So this is actually going to be a little easier than it often is, just because this intersects with this cavern down here. So that's good. It does mean that I will have to rebuild part of this floor. Usually you'll just dig down and this floor will already be here, obviously. But if not for its exposed nature, we might not have even run into this. I wasn't actually planning on any particular builds in this area at all. It was just by pure luck that Epic happened to find it. He is definitely the luckiest Minecraft player that I personally know. He's just got like a built-in luck factor. It's amazing. So this is going to take a few minutes. Now this is only episode 5. Epic and I, neither of us have ever filmed Minecraft videos before this, but we thought it would be fun, and maybe people would like to watch. But the reason why I bring that up is because I'm realizing that as I'm doing this, I'd really love to be able to just speed this part up a bit. And I'm not sure that I know how to do that. I'm going to have to experiment with the editing equipment and see if I can. Oop. All right, so remember how I talked about replacing torches, and then I immediately stopped replacing torches because I forgot? Well, that's why we do this, because that's why that guy just spawned, and now he's going to come in. Oh, you're bringing my block back to me. Thank you. Can I have that back? Thanks. Cool. Yeah, so let's try to remember to continue lighting up the floor as we go. I think that would be a good thing to remember to recall. One of the benefits, by the way, of clearing out the chamber in this way is that you sort of by default end up getting all the mossy cobble bricks. Now I know that they're not the incredible rarity anymore that they used to be. When Epic and I started playing this game, this was literally the only place you could get mossy cobble. On a somewhat related note, I noticed in the snapshots that the new texture for Mossy Cobble has changed a bit. The green on it is basically now the same green that's on Mossy Stone bricks, which is fantastic. They look much cooler together now. It's actually, I think, really exciting. Despite the fact that the new update will mean the end of this world, because we're definitely going to want to start over. I'm very much looking forward to the update. I really am. I kind of build my whole game experience around villagers when I play this, and a huge villager update is a big deal. I don't know if anybody else has been following the snapshots the way that we do, but recently they had one where they introduced the idea of this wandering villager that has these sort of random trades. Gotta say, not a huge fan so far, but maybe he'll be cool. Anyway, this is going to be the shaft the zombies fall down. And that'll go to a chamber that we're going to make in a moment. Once you've hollowed this out, the bulk of your digging, other than to get at wherever your kill spot is going to be, is done. Now, eventually I'm going to add water buckets in the corners. Now this right here, and I'll show you when this is all done. I don't want to add the water and have these guys start spawning until it's ready. But if you put in a block that, because what we have now, when we've gone 1 block in the center and then 4 blocks in every direction, is we have a 9 by 9 square. And if you place a bucket of water, actually I can show you this. I'll just be ready to put the torches back real fast. And I'll have the food in case that doesn't happen fast enough. When you, in a 9 by 9 square, put water buckets in the corners like that, it forms a perfect water stream under here. The reason why we go 2 blocks deep beneath this guy is so that then zombies, when they spawn, they fall in the water, they come down to here, and this isn't in the way blocking them from going in the hole. This is great because you don't have to use any signs, you don't have to use any trap doors. There's nothing really complicated about the water. It just happens to be that the size space that you need for these to spawn is the exact same size space that you need for water to do this cool trick where it'll create an empty hole in the middle and pull everything perfectly into that hole. It's pretty much ideal. It's almost as if it was designed that way. There are a handful of things in this game that just seem to me so obviously designed to work in a particular way. I don't understand why everybody doesn't use it as their default, but I don't know. Maybe I just have difficulty understanding people. I don't know. Is it the same for you? Sometimes it's like that for me. I'm just gonna make that a little more of a doorway, and just for safety, I'm gonna put that there so nobody wanders in while I'm stuck in this hole. So you may remember I said the range for these things is 6 blocks. If there's any zombie within 6 blocks of that sucker, he is not going to spawn new zombies. So there's 2 blocks of space in between. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's check that count there. So there's 2 blocks above, and then we've got 2 blocks of coal. That's 4, 5, 6. So it's going to check up to this line. So if there's a zombie standing where I'm standing right now, he's just out of range of that. So this is where we want him to stand. So I'm just going to dig out around this block because this is going to be the place where all the action's going to happen. I'm actually going to make a space for me to... Oh, lag thing again. Let's do... I would love to have faster, more reliable internet. Alas. Okay, so what we're actually going to do is we're going to replace this block here, the one we were just standing on, with a half slab. There's a few reasons for that we'll get into later, but for the moment, just trust me that that makes sense. Now, oh, wait. What direction am I facing? All right. I just need to make sure that I know where I'm standing. So I'm just going to come back up here real quick. So our door is in that direction. So I guess I'm going to make the entrance to this thing over that way. So I'm just going to go down facing this way until I hit that cobble, which is now a full block that I'm going to replace with a slab again. And so if that is the kill platform, there's going to be a hopper underneath that, and I'm going to want to stand at about this height compared to it. So this is going to be the height of our entrance. I'm just going to tunnel over this way a bit and see if I can find our cavern. I'm pretty sure I'm below the floor of that cavern now. So I'm just going to dig up a little until there we go. All right. Did I bring ladders? I did not. Okay. So I guess for the moment at least, what's called for is going to be a staircase. So let's do that. So my inventory is full, obviously. So I'm going to need to make space anyway. Does that leave me enough room? Does that work? Yeah, alright. Oops. So I hear a skeleton rattling around out there someplace. I don't like the sound of that. Alright, yeah, cool. So those stairs will come up to a platform like around here, and then we'll go up and out towards the beach that way eventually. Awesome. Now, I have built these a handful of different ways, this kill platform. You've actually got a fair amount of latitude in how you can do it. I did the skeleton one as a design where you really just walk in on one side. But you can do these so that it's really like a floating thing in the middle if you want. The main thing is that you have to make sure when they fall down here that they are encased. And so one of the reasons for the half slab is now you've got this little slot here where you can hit them easily. They can't hit you, and baby zombies, who are only 1 block tall, can't fit through this hole. So that is kind of your ideal situation. That also means that if you light this up, your light doesn't really travel up there. It doesn't travel through these gaps in half slabs quite the way that they do through normal blocks. I'm just going to run up here and check on my smelting. That doesn't sound good. I don't like the sound of that at all. Hello, sir. I'm just going to say, not now. Okay. Oh, you're just going to huff and puff? Oh. Oh, that looked like it went, like, up and over the block. That was weird. All right. So let's see, we've got this iron here now, and that's good. We need a hopper. So I'm going to go ahead and make the chest to go in the middle of it, and then we're going to do one of these little Y things, and now we've got a hopper, and I think I need that more than the flesh, so we'll toss that down. I am also going to want a chest. All right, cool. So... and I don't really care about the string anymore. So let's hop back down here and take a peek at this guy. So the first thing we're going to want to do, actually is consolidate all of this sand into sandstone so that I've got a little more room in my inventory. Clean up my mess. And then I'm going to put this chest right here and this hopper there. And then if I put this like so, it's pretty easy to access that chest. So that's good. And you know what? I changed my mind. I actually am going to fill this in. The simplest way to do this, losing the fewest number of drops. This is probably the most efficient version of this. Now, because I was so close to bedrock with the skeleton one, I wasn't able to do this in quite exactly this way. But you could make it so that, I mean, this is so simple. This grinder is done. This is going to collect everything. Wow. I actually usually make these a little more complicated than this, but bare bones, I mean, this is it. This is your grinder. You can now connect this to whatever system you want. Fairly straightforward. Let's go ahead and finish this off, actually. So one of the things that I always like to do, as I mentioned before, is have an access door in case I need to come here to do something. So I'm just going to quickly make a door. Oh, look at that. I got an instant health potion from the witch. Oh, that's awesome. I didn't even notice that. Okay, so boom, love it. And I'm just going to leave that open because when that is all turned on, it is going to get a little busy in here. It's going to get crazy, actually, with zombies. So first I pull the torches off the walls. Once the water is running, it's going to be difficult to go around and grab those. The water will take care of all the torches on the floor, so that's okay. I only have 2 buckets of water, so I need to make a little water source here real quick so that, oh, do I have a friend? It sounds like a friend. Maybe it's just a horse, but I just really don't want a creeper jumping down on me while I hear spiders. Is he being aggressive? Oh, I was right to fear the creeper. Okay. And boom, boom, boom. Oh boy. I think I just ran out of arrows. Oh boy. I love that this is so close to my house too. I think Epic is a little annoyed that, whoop. I think Epic is a little annoyed that both of these grinders are so near my house and not near his, but I mean, he'll have a spider grinder. Oh yeah, I forgot I have no arrows. All right, let's just get over here. Grab this stuff. Okay, so water sources. I'm sure everybody watching knows how to make an infinite water source, so I'm not going to explain that in too great detail. But there we go with that. I'm going to put in the 4 corners first, and then I'm going to run out and grab 2 more buckets of water very quickly, and I'm going to do these corners here, this one, and then finally this one. I'm not worried about that loot. That's all going to end up in my chest. Oh, I forgot to take down the torches on the thing. Oh no, I should have done that when I did the wall ones. Okay, this might get a little complicated. Hopefully. Yep, okay, and I'm on the wrong side. Alright, so it's nice and dark in here. Now I'm actually just as an experiment, I'm going to show you here. Even with that door closed, all the light from outside is coming in. So we're actually going to build a little sort of a blind out there. So right now, no zombies are going to spawn in this corner. So we're operating at best 75% capacity. So I'm just going to reload my buckets. Oh. Apparently, I'm going to time out. Let's try this again. Oh, I'm still in here. I'm still in here. All right, let's get out of here. And I'm out. Okay, and I'm going to take and reload these buckets before I fill that spot in. Don't want any loose water hanging around. Or that sounded like a creeper. Oh boy. And I'm going to build that little blind that I mentioned, which is basically just a way to obscure the light that's coming in from outside. I need to make a little more room for myself here. just go ahead and bring this out like so. Okay, and cover that over a bit more. Alright, and so I've only been standing here for a couple of minutes, but it seems like we've got pretty good spawning action. You can see we've still got a lot of light here. I'm just going to reload the chunk to... wait. No, there's no lighting glitch. It's just a lot of light spilling through. There's a lot of light spilling through there. Maybe I'll have this open out this way instead. See if that helps. That's a little better. It's not great though. See if I can block this off a little further. That's kind of okay. I think we can do better though. That's pretty good. And actually, another thing that I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do this floor in slabs. And I'm going to do that so that nothing can spawn in this hallway and I can keep it dark. So I'm going to do lower level slabs like so. Boom, boom. Like so. Blast my pick again. Alright, well, I'll make that a little prettier in a minute, but for the moment, let's take a peek at the grinder itself. Wow, it's loud down here. I really need a better sword. Alright, and... Alright. 13 flesh. Not bad. And of course, you get a lot of XP. Well, a decent amount of XP. Alright, so that right there, friends, is how you make a really, really basic mob grinder from a spawner block. I hope that this was helpful, and I hope you watch more. I'm just gonna figure out how to finish sealing this off in a way that makes it nice and dark. But yeah, that was that's what I wanted to show you. That's what I wanted to show you. Oh, I guess we've got a... Oh, that's funny. I'll come back and do this in a little bit. I'll probably want to use the sand for... Well, I don't know. What am I going to do with this? It's interesting. At any rate, that's how you build a basic grinder. When Epic's back, I think we're going to play a little Capture the Banner. And we'll see what else he'd like to do when he gets here. Have a great day.